If you're not giving me an A, give me an F. You giving me the worst grade in the world, worse than an F, is a D. Because with the D, even though we love the D over here, you know which D I'm talking about. But with the D, oh, my coffee looks so good.
It does compared to
That don't even look like
water.
coffee. That's not even coffee.
The way the whipped cream is running down the side of the coffee,
That is over.
the white stuff is run down the side of my face from time to time.
That looks really good. The
That
coffee
does
looks
look good.
That's my coffee.
It does look
If
good.
I drank coffee, I would drink that.
That looks like coffee.
Y'all hire clowns as if you were running a circus. So you get a circus and you hire clowns. Anyway, moving on.
Take it from the people who play cards for him. He be cheating.
I only cheat on Uno. Only Uno. Only Uno.
Uno, Tuno, Luno, he is a cheater.
Everything.
If you cheat,
See, they said you probably look. He said you probably do cheat. He do.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm out of here. Bye.
OnlyFans so that you can look at the longer videos and you can go in the comforts of your own little room at the boarding house, rent your home, grab your little Albaline and smoke it out for as long as you want it, playing it over and over and over, the long videos of Malik's long peen, because you have an infatuation with his long peen. I am certain that at this point you want him to shove his long peen somewhere inside of your body. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The devil.
And the devil
was fucking up here.
Here he go. Here we go.
Y'all wasn't gonna make me the oldest one on here.
You did not send me a text, a link.
I did.
I do have to
On the
say,
flyer.
Ty, you were in the group chat on Instagram, whatever Instagram that was.
Wait, what? Kenny? Love you down. I don't have no problem with Kenny. I like Kenny. But Kenny girl. Kenny girl. Kenny girl, we did not think he was nobody straight. Neither did we think he was nobody's top. At best, verse. If I stretch, maybe if I stretch, I might give you versatile. I'll stretch and give you versatile. But you do know that we had already deduced that you like to have spoons dipped into your sugar bowl, right? We had already. I mean, I don't think there's anybody. Even DeAndre, who professes that he's the top, and Archie, who professes that he's the top, they profess to be straight tops. You ain't gonna get me to believe that they had a spoon dipped into their sugar bowl every now and then. Like the least about JG.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one.
That's our kid.
Well, definitely what I like the most about David is
Y'all girls need to understand. Girl, you had a bust down. Girl, y'all had a one-night stand. Y'all got drunk one day. Y'all had a one-night stand. It was good that night because you was drunk. Probably if you was sober, you gonna be like, girl, this wasn't even that good. But girl, you was drunk or coked out or a combination of the two of them. Whatever the fuck y'all do down there to the LA. Y'all had a good bust down. It was what it was. You should have kept it moving. Hey, well, hello, y'all. Hello, listen. I apologize. It is like Noah and the ark and two of every creature are sailing by outside. It is raining. It's not even raining cats and dogs. It's raining tigers, wolves, elephants, and rhinoceroses. It was a lot of thunder, lightning, power went out, internet went out, power came back on, internet just didn't want to come back. It was just a whole fucking shit show over here. Nevertheless, we are here. We made it back. We are yeah, we're here. We are here. You wish you could say, child, you don't want this kind of rain. Over the last 2 weeks, we've gotten so much rain. It's just ridiculous, Quake. Every day, I'm ridiculous. Child, well, I'm going to need something else to drink. I'm almost out of my Canada Dry. Nevertheless, we are here. So, anyway, let me say hi to y'all. I know I'm late, and we're going to go ahead and get this party started. Hey, Tracy W. Quake. Terrence, what's good, bruh? What is up? Crazy Homebody Girl. Pinky Tiki. Karen is here. Demetria is here. Ciao. If you out here in the LA area, stay inside unless you're going to a protest is ugly. Yeah, I was looking at that stuff earlier. It's going down out there, down to the LA. It is going down. Do you hear me? Down. So, we got see who else is here. Cassandra is here. Karen, oh, I already said hey to Karen, huh? Janae is here. The Informed is here. Uncle Jay in the building. Quake. I already said hey to Quake, huh? Hey, Shay. Montrez, what's good, bruh? Hey, China White. China White, let me ask you a question. Was that you I saw over there on Jay Wilson's panel earlier? Somebody came up on China White's not on China White, on Jay Wilson's panel, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm China White from the chat." I didn't know if that was you or not, China White. I'm gonna ask China White when I see her. Hey, Miss Baythang. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Tracy. Wait, what chef? Chef from Chasing Dallas that was on last season? I don't know who you talking, Tracy. Hey, Chef Dawn Dawn. Hey, Terry. Chef let y'all out of choir rehearsal? Okay. Well, Terry, you gonna have a good time. Hey, Gigi. Now, put a 27 in the chat if today is your first silly Saturday. Because I know we have some new people that started coming around, and I just want to know if this was your first silly Saturday. I just want to know. Hmm. I just want to know. Okay. Okay, we got a couple new people. We got Terry, Ray Bishop. Is this the Ray Bishop? I hope that is the Ray. It's only one Ray Bishop with the REY. Hey, Ray Bishop. I be in the clouds over down the Thais sometimes, so I see you one of the mods over there, if that's the same Ray Bishop. I be in a whole bunch of clouds. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Lee. Well, listen, if this your first silly Saturday, you're in for a treat. We have a wonderful time. This was probably the when I first started doing lives back in 2019. This was the first live show I've ever done was Saturday morning lives. They used to be at like 10 a.m. Eastern on Saturday, which was like 7 a.m. Pacific. And usually we're at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific. But I had some situations today I had to go handle. And so that's why I had to move it back. I did not hear about that. I didn't hear about that, Dee Dee. Demetra, I did not know that. You know, I'm a big band head. I was in a band, and so I'm on a lot of band algorithms. So I'm gonna look that up when we get up off of here. All right. Chef sent you over. Okay. Okay, you used to be a mod over there. Okay. Well, y'all sit back and relax. Welcome to the house of debauchery. This is corner culture. Listen, when they send you to the corner, they send you here. We're gonna have a good time and do it like only we can. Okay. Listen, I'm not gonna belabor the point. I hope I've said hey to everybody. If I did not, charge it to my head or my eyeballs, not my heart. But hey to everybody. Just go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat, and then we can get this party started. Now, we did explain why everything is orange and why orange is a theme and why there's an orange shirt situation. What we did not explain is why we say Shondo around here. All right, y'all. Y'all give me about 25 good seconds. I'm gonna go get me something to lubricate my throat. I'm gonna be right back. Just let me go get something to let me go just get something to drink. So I'll be ready. All right. I'm back. We got the green apple. But yeah, we've been doing this since 2019. We'd like to think we're pretty good at it. All right. Maybe somebody in the chat might let y'all know what Shondo means. I can't. Some things you just gonna have to learn. Hey, Twin Flames, what's going on? Does that blue and white signify that you're a Zeta? All right. And if y'all are ready, I am ready. So let's go ahead and get this party started around here. All right. Let's go ahead and take that down. All right. It's time for my favorite segment. Some people, it's not their favorite segment, but it's my favorite segment. This is our hashtag ABC segment.
ABC. A bitch can't. A bitch can't get a hit. A bitch can't get on the charts. A bitch can't get a Grammy. A bitch just can't.
A bitch just can't. So here's the deal. For those people new here, our hashtag ABC, a bitch can't section, is when we go through the internet, we're perusing the internet, we see some shit, and our whole body just says, yeah, we don't have the bandwidth to deal with this. We do not have the energy. The headline alone just made us back away and say, nope, can't do it, won't do it, leave us the fuck out of it. We don't have the time, effort, energy, or anything to deal with it. So yeah, that's what the hashtag ABC section is, because we just a bitch can't. And if you like some of my pupils, a bitch just damn can't. And we do have emojis for it. And then we just tell them to go with God. Hashtag go with God. All right. Yeah. DDG compared himself to Michael Jackson. Yeah, I knew immediately. Nope. 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 Can't do it. Won't do it. I don't have the energy. DDG, ABC, 123, whatever you are, sir, you don't even deserve to be in the same breath with Michael Jackson, okay? A bitch just got. I'm tired of DVD too. I'm tired. I am tired. Okay? A bitch can't. Listen. XYZ and BBC, and I don't have this type of energy. Hey, Sharice, you staying safe over there in Southern California? Sharice, you know y'all got a lot going on. Y'all got riots and stuff going on over there, Sharice. Stay safe over there, okay, Sharice? A bitch just came. A bitch just came. We don't have the energy. We do not have the energy. Nope. Nope. Sir, go with God. I'm not gonna even read this headline. I'm gonna let y'all read that by yourself because I knew I just damn can't. Nope. Nope. Ancestors alone. They have gone on to the ancestral plane. We don't have this type of fucking time. A bitch, no, a bitch can't. We don't have this type of energy. We don't. We ain't trying to make this kind of energy. We don't want no parts of it. No, no. Y'all be playing on our ancestors' throats. Y'all be playing on their grave, buddy. Y'all, I'm gonna move on, ma'am. I'm not gonna even tell you to go with God. Go to hell, ma'am. Go to hell. Now, somebody get this woman. Somebody just take this Clarissa girl. Somebody take her phone from her, please, please, please. Somebody take her phone from her. I don't. I'm gonna let y'all ladies handle her. I'm gonna let the lady. I don't have the energy. I don't. I do not have the energy. Well, thank you for joining the membership, Twin Flames. You'll find you like it here. Send me a Instagram DM on Instagram so that I can add you to the members only chat. Chef Don been supposed to be added to the members only chat, but he never sent me a message on Instagram so I can add him to the members only chat. But yeah, I'm so sick of Clarissa. I can't wait till she piss him off and he can come back over here. Judgment? Y'all judging me? What happened to my background? My computer's doing a lot. It might be because the power out. I don't know what happened to my background. But yeah, we just don't have this type of energy, Clarissa. We don't. No. 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 Hey, E. Starkey. Hey, mother. Why I got to be an old man? Lord. Why I got to be an old man? Listen. Now, Pap, when you sick of dealing with that trick, just call me, okay? You know I will. Card carrier member of Home Records are us. Not you want her to free her mind and the rest will follow. You know what? Ma'am, go with God. This is some white people shit right here. This is some white. This is why you cannot have Donald Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr. heading health and human service organizations. Okay, this is some white people shit. We over here down to the black delegation. We will not conform to your fuck shit and fuckery. I promise you. Those of us down here to the black delegation, this ain't for us. Well, look at who we have here. Hey, Paul. You and trade finished early, Paul? Okay. Well, we glad you here, Paul. The people descended from the Caucasus Mountains, they be doing the most. Bitch, bathe. I'm just saying. You know this is all white people. You know the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains, they love this dirty ass shit. We need to bathe over here in the black delegation. I'm just saying. Paul know he be over there with Tracy. I ain't even think about Paul. We bays in Miami. We bays. Bitch bays. Child. But these people descended from the Caucasus Mountains will never get us to conform to this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, bed all dirty as shit. Just nasty. These gonna be the same ones saying don't put on deodorant and shit. Go with God. All right, let's do our belly flop into the dossier. Y'all see we went back to Pride Month backdrop because it's Pride Month, so we do the Pride Month backdrops for Silly Saturdays on Pride Month each year. It's time to delve into the dossier. Let me pull up the dossier. Let me do that. All right. Let's see what the dossier has for us today. We start off today with some somber news. Wayne Lewis, one of the founding members of Atlantic Star, passed away yesterday at the age of, I believe he was 68. At the age of 68. And listen, no cause of death has been no cause of death has been spoken of yet. But listen, I've been listening to my Atlantic Star all day in memoriam of Wayne Lewis. I'm a huge Atlantic Star fan. My favorite Atlantic Star song is probably Always. Girl, you are to me all that a woman should be, and I dedicate my life to you always. That was my shit. Shit. Child. You know, thank you for becoming a member, Terry. And they had secret love for us. Yeah, that's what we are. Trying so hard to hide the way. And they had my other song. If your heart isn't in it, why can't you tell me so? Ow! If my heart wasn't in it, I'd have gone long ago. They had some classic. They had Silver Shadow. Ow! My future shadow. Come on now. Shining brightly. Ow! For all to see. Yes! And they had Sin for Me. Touch of Holy Quote. They had so many. So they are quiet as is kept. A very underrated R&B group. You hear about a whole lot of R&B groups, but let's be clear. Atlantic Star is one of the greats. Say what you want. They have a catalog in both iterations. When they had the first lady, that was the dark skinned lady. Then they had the second lady, that was the light skinned lady. Both iterations were good. For all of those new members, please make sure you send me a message on Instagram and I'll add you to the members only chat. Just brace yourself for the members only chat. There is an NSFW section of the members only chat. There is an NSFW section of the members only chat. All right. So we definitely send our thoughts, prayers, and condolences to the Lewis family. I believe his brother was in the group, and I think another relative was in the group as well. But certainly we send our thoughts and condolences to the Lewis family, the family, friends, and loved ones of Wayne Lewis. May he rest in peace. In some good news today, Coco Gauff won the French Open over in Roland Garros, and she's the first American woman since Serena won it 10 years ago. The last American woman to win the French Open was Serena Williams some 10 years ago in 2015. She won in 3 sets. She lost the first set in a tiebreaker and then won the last 2 sets. So shout out to Coco Golf. She's up and down. Like I'm an avid tennis watcher. She has her moments. Remember she won the U.S. Open last. She won last year's U.S. Open, but and now she's won this. She's up and down, up and down. In women's tennis now, there's no great dominant woman tennis player. Sabalenka is good. You know, if my girl would get her mind right, she might be okay. Well, I can't think of this woman name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Oh God, I can't think of this girl name. She's another American woman. But we congratulate Coco Golf. I just want her to get sometimes she be in her head and she just loses matches because she has unforced errors and she gets in her own head. But we love it. We love it. We love it. Naomi Osaka, that's what it is. Naomi Osaka. Thank you, Quake. Naomi Osaka. I couldn't get her name in my head. Naomi Osaka. She, she goes through bouts of depression and all kinds of stuff. Hey, Catherine Powell. Hey, Candace F. And ever since Naomi Osaka had that baby with that boy, with that rapper, wasn't it a rapper or somebody she had a baby with? But she ain't really been the same since then. Remember that she took a break because she said tennis was messing with her mental health. Child, she ain't really been the same since then. Hey, Spicy Original. Hey, Pinky Tiki. So we definitely congratulate. Hey, Jeannie. She was upset. They always get upset when they get beat by a black woman. Mm-hmm. No, she has played in a couple tournaments since the pregnancy, but she bowed out of the French early. She talk about it was just too much. She had like blisters and stuff on her hand, on her fingers and stuff. She's been going through a lot. She's been going through a lot. So anyway, we are proud of you, Coco. We celebrate you. We salute you. Keep winning. Well, the big news came out this morning that y'all's girl Monique is coming back. Notice I said y'all's girl because I was never a Monique fan. She's a gold digging ass hussy. That's what she is. That's what she was. Y'all ain't believe it when her best friend came out a couple years ago and told this story about how these whores used to go to the clubs trying to land them a star athlete so they could get paid. Y'all thought it was a game. She's only here for the money. She's only self-serving. She's a gold digging ass hussy. Mm-hmm. Is. And she better be glad she fought somebody like Candace that wasn't gonna fight back. Because ma'am, you ain't but that big. A bitch would have came and dog walked. Don't get me, y'all know I do not like Monique like that. She gets on my last nerve. That woman could tell me that today is Saturday, and I say, no, bitch, it's the day before Sunday. No ho, it's the day after Friday. I don't like her. And I know y'all love her. Y'all be windmilling for her. How do I know? Because season white, I'm not season white. I just looked at China White thing. Season 5 of Potomac, y'all was dog walking me in my reviews, dragging me because y'all said I was Team Candace. The Team Monique people was dog walking me in the comment section. Baby, they was giving me the blues. Baby, they were giving me the blues. Do you hear me? I don't care. I don't care. She ain't take my man. I know I was right to drag her. She ain't about shit. I could tell a gold digging ass hussy when I see one. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it if you stand in your shit and just profess and claim who you are. Some people be acting all pious and self-righteous and holier than thou, like this one. Y'all fall for her pretty smile and antics. I don't fall for it. I do not fall for it. I'm just saying. But there says she's coming back as a friend of the show. Well, they need something because the show is unwatchable. I didn't even make it through the whole season. of Potomac last year. Like it has really jumped the shark. Those new girls who they got on there, mm-mm, mm-mm, nope, nope, that ain't it. That's not the formula. It's not the formula. It was unwatchable toward the end of the season. It was. It really was. I'm just saying. Right. Well, like, no, if you're gonna be a hoe, be a hoe. Don't be all pious, self-righteous, and holier than thou. No, it was not. It was not. Well, first of all, Xavier, we never take advice from you. You're still the one saying that Drewski is the finest man on the earth. So we don't take advice from you, Xavier. We already know you for your work, Xavier. So, child. Real Housewives of Potomac is they trying. They're trying. We'll see. Ma'am, go with God. Oh God, Jesus Lord. Why is this heifer on my screen? Why? Why? If they say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Why? God. Child. Oh God. This woman right here. Oh God. Oh Jesus God. Let me get through this. So news got around in the last 2 days that this heifer, this whore, this man over there, this beard to some gay man over there. I said it. This beard to some gay man is suing Bravo for $20 million. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now she filed the lawsuit on Thursday in the New York Supreme Court. And she's accusing the network and media organizations of defamation, intentionally inflicting emotional distress, sexual harassment, and a hostile work environment. And that came from The Independent. The allegations date back to an incident that took place on June 6, 2024, and aired in episode 5 of the last season of this reality show. Here's the deal. Now, they're saying that she says, did she say on the show it wasn't her in the pictures? I don't remember where she said it at. But they're saying that she said it wasn't the pictures. But if y'all remember when I talked about the alleged revenge porn, what did I say from the beginning? I said if they tape that and put that on the show, they are liable for a lawsuit down to the Bravo. Didn't I say that? I know I was over here and I said that. Some of y'all remember me saying even Kenya would not be the only one being sued if somebody was sued. Bravo, Miss Cohen, and all of them people down to the Bravo would get sued because they are liable especially if they're recording it. I'm just saying. So I don't feel take Bravo to the cleaners. Now, I don't see how much you're gonna get if you are did she say it on the show? Or did she say it off the show that it wasn't her pictures? I don't know if I remember seeing that on the show. Anyway, the woman really ain't shit. She ain't shit. If it ain't your pictures, I don't understand how you gonna win this case. But I'm not a lawyer. I don't profess to be one. Because my thing is, if she was not there when the pictures came out to see I don't know. Oh, it was on her IG story. It was on her IG story that it wasn't her in the pictures. So what the fuck? My question is, if the pictures were not her, why the fuck did when Kenya get kicked off? Because if these aren't her pictures, why the fuck did Kenya get kicked off the show? Child, I don't have this energy. Hold on. Number 2 on page 3. Now, Tracy just sent me the court documents. Shout out to Tracy. It says on June 6, 2024, at an event that was filmed for the production of Real Housewives of Atlanta, one of the show's cast members willfully, intentionally, recklessly, and or the gross negligence or with gross negligence made false, defamatory, harassing, and damaging statements regarding the plaintiff. Another cast member on the show in front of an audience of approximately 200 people. The cast member also displayed posters containing written false and defamatory statements regarding plaintiff and her occupation, as well as an explicit photo depicting a woman engaged in graphic sexual conduct. The cast member falsely claimed that the photograph depicted the plaintiff. Plaintiff was not present when the photograph was presented and did not see the explicit photograph until after certain of these events were aired on Bravo nearly a year later, as addressed below. Attendees of the event took photographs, video, and audio recordings of the cast members' statements and circulated certain of them on social media sites, including Instagram and TikTok. And the statements were subsequently circulated by media outlets. The foregoing actions of the cast member at issue were within the scope of the defendant's business and in furtherance of the defendant's business. Okay, girl. Okay. Now, they're suing Bravo and all of these other people. My concern is, who is Jane and or John Doe's 1 through 5? Because there's 5 people on that are defendants along with the Bravo and NBC Universal, Endemol Shine, North America, and Truly Original. But they have Jane / John Doe 1 through 5. So that's 5 people that are also individually defendants for this. Who are those people? Baby, I don't know. Baby, I don't know. Now look at here. Look at D. Child. D, you got to remind me what we watching tomorrow. What we reviewing tomorrow. I forgot. I got to watch the movie. So remind me, D, what we reviewing, what we talking about tomorrow. But yeah, ma'am, I don't like you like that. I don't care enough about you to really go in. Hey, Yana. Ma'am, I don't know. I don't know. You might as well just go ahead and quit the show, bow out gracefully, and go with God. Go over there, continue being a beard for that man who allegedly be down to the sex parties in Atlanta, getting his back blown out and getting his box beat in. Go ahead. Child, girl, child. Go with God. So for you Love Island fans, so that woman right there, her name is Yulissa Escobar. So she was on the new season of Love Island. Notice I said was. They kicked her off. So now this is coming from TMZ. They said former Love Island USA cast member Yulissa Escobar has spoken out about the furious fan reaction to her casual racist comments she made before she appeared on, then disappeared quietly from season 7 of the hit show. Fans were enraged when Yulissa had a brief moment of fame as a Love Island cast member on the popular dating show. After podcast clips showing her throwing around racist slurs resurfaced, and she was quietly taken off the show during the second episode without any explanation or further appearances. She posted her own statement via Instagram yesterday with a cover photo featuring the words, quote, owning my mistakes, speaking my truth, end of quote. She starts her statement with an apology for using a word she, quote, had no right using, end of quote. She admits the word she used is a racial slur and she used it ignorantly, claiming she didn't get the history behind the insult. I don't need to read. I don't want to read no more. You know what? I don't have time. No. I am not going to reserve space. Hey, Antonia, I'm not going to reserve space to people not black telling me, "Oh, I didn't know the history of that word. I didn't know what it meant." I don't have that type of energy. Nope, not can't do it. Won't do it. Nope. You knew exactly what that word was. Trust me. You just felt comfortable. And you was like, girl, if y'all can say it, I can say it too. Nope. Nope. Not can't do it. Won't. I'm not. I'm not. Baby, I don't give a shit. Rotten hell and leave us the fuck alone. Now, from what I understand, she's Cuban and from Miami. So that makes a whole bunch of sense if that's the case. Is she Cuban and from Miami? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know. Is she Cuban and from Miami? That's what I had heard. That's what I had. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody let me know. Is she Cuban and from Miami? Because if she is, that makes perfect sense. Oh, she is? Uh, a bitch just can't. We're not going to say, we're not reserving space for you. You see, I stopped reading this apology. Ma'am, I don't give a shit. You used it willfully, intentionally, and deliberately. You knew exactly what you were doing. Baby, if you are indeed Cuban and from Miami, oh, I take it to note that you knew exactly what you were doing because Cuban people are more racist than white people. Let's be clear. Y'all bitches from Cuba, the white passing Cubans, y'all some of the racist motherfuckers this side of heaven. I don't reserve space for none of them hoes. Hey, Harold. 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 Hey. Yeah, I don't reserve space for you racist ass Cubans. Cause y'all are some of the most vile people that I've ever met in my life. Ma'am, go to hell. Simone Biles said she had time yesterday. Uh-huh. She did. Simone Biles woke up yesterday morning and said, "Baby, I got time for you transphobes and you MAGA nuts." So Riley Gaines is the white chick you see on the right. She's a MAGA nut, and she's one of the poster child. She's a poster child for the Republican Party and their attack on trans women. Baby, the way Simone Biles gathered you, basically, she said, "Bitch, you sorry as fuck, and you're a sore ass loser. Just because you can't win doesn't mean that you need to hate on trans people. Girl, go get your weight up, go do some more practicing, and get your life in order. Sorry ass white hoe." I'm just translating what Simone said. I mean, here's what she said. Actually, I have the full hold on, let me get the full tweet because that cuts it off. Hold on, let me get the full tweet for y'all. Hold on, let me get that for y'all. Hold on for a moment. Hold your line. Hold your line. Okay, here it go right here. She said, Riley Gaines, you're truly sick. All of this campaigning because you lost the race. Straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans community and perhaps finding a way to make sports inclusive or creating a new avenue where trans feel safe. Trans feel safe in sports. Maybe a transgender category in all sports. But instead, you bully them. One thing's for sure is no one is in sports is safe with you around. Bitch, I just needed you to add a bitch on the end. Simone. That's all I needed on the end of that. That's how you don't need to put all of those exclamation points. Just put bitch at the end in all caps. It'll do the job. Just a good hearty bitch. It'll do the job. It's for emphasis. That's what we do. We use that for emphasis. I'm not one bit of talent, Demetria, not one bit. But yeah, she woke up yesterday. Simone woke up yesterday and said, yeah, bitch, I have time today. This woman, right? This woman act like she was winning all kind of races before. It's always the bitches that was losing shit the whole time, talking about, oh, it's the trans. Bitch, you ain't never won a race in your life. Girl, hey, Lock Queen. Girl. Go sit your white ass down. I don't have time. Don't look at her face though. Don't she look like you know how Jim Carrey looked on that movie The Mask? You see how like wide and sculpted her face, her jawbones look? She looks like Jim Carrey. If you painted her face green, you can't tell me she would not look like Jim Carrey in The Mask. I'm just telling you. Look at the bone structure. I'm just telling you. She sure did eat Starkey. Tell me with that bone structure, if you painted her face green, she would not look like Jim Carrey from The Mask. I'm just saying. Anyway, ma'am, go to hell. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, it is time for me to bring out the late great Larry Myers. Larry, they're ready to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So we start off our Sugar Spike segment. Y'all are. Hey, Kawali, I ain't seen you in a minute, boo. Y'all are clouded in this. Y'all are clouded in this comment section. Do you hear me? Y'all are clouded in this comment section. God of mercy. God of mercy, God of love. So, God. Well, this is happening. Now, they're protesting over in LA, and for good reason. Now, the building that you're looking at is the Edward R. Roybal Federal Building in downtown Los Angeles. Now, listen to this. Many undocumented immigrants who went to their Immigration and Customs Enforcement check-in appointments at a federal building in Los Angeles this week were taken into custody and brought to the basement and held there. some overnight, according to immigration lawyers and family members. It was unclear how many people were affected, but the attorneys told CBS News hundreds of immigrants were detained, dozens in the basement in rooms that could fit up to 30 at a time. One attorney, Elizabeth Mateo, said ICE officials slated several of her clients for check-ins at the Edward R. Roybal Federal Building in downtown Los Angeles, but when they showed up on Tuesday, they were detained and immediately escorted to the basement. Mateo said a couple and their two children, one of whom is a U.S. citizen, spent the night in a room with no beds and limited access to food and water. Mateo said the father had previously been issued a stay of removal, barring him from deportation, but he and his family were detained anyway. His wife was released Wednesday evening, but was released Wednesday evening along with their children, says she needed medical attention due to a high risk pregnancy. He was still being detained early Friday. This means that he went in Tuesday and it was Friday and he was still in the basement of this building. Uh, Miss Mateo said, quote, "This is something I've never seen before. Under the first Trump administration, I represented clients with very difficult cases, but never anything like this. Under any other circumstance, he would have been released," end of quote. In a statement yesterday, a spokesperson for ICE said the agency, quote, "categorically refutes the assertions made by immigration activists in Los Angeles. ICE takes very seriously its mandate to care for people in their custody with dignity and as mandated by law. Inaccurate statements pushing a false narrative do nothing but put ICE law enforcement personnel and other communities at risk while distorting our mission of public safety and secure borders," end of quote. A spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees ICE, said in a separate statement yesterday that those arrested, quote, had executable final orders of removal by an immigration judge and had not complied with that order. If you are in the country illegally and a judge has ordered you to be removed, that is precisely what will happen. But during the Biden administration, thousands of illegal aliens, including violent criminals with final orders of removal, were on ATD alternatives to detention and allowed to roam our communities. This should never have been the case. Thanks to the leadership of Secretary Noem and President Trump, the proper the proper policy is back in place. End of quote. Basically, they are housing these people in the basement of this building. This is a federal building. This is not a detention center. This is not a jail. This is a basement with limited access to food, limited access to water, and to restroom facilities. Now, it's funny to me how y'all talk in this statement about following court orders and all kinds of shit, right? But there and following a judge's orders, but then when that judge makes an adjudication or ruling that y'all don't like, then y'all don't want to follow the judge's orders. I guess y'all thought that we could not chew gum and walk at the same time because we can simultaneously laugh at the MAGA Armageddon that's been going on over the last 2 days and keep our foot on y'all necks, watching and making sure that y'all ain't doing some illegal ass shit. Because that's what y'all like to do. Y'all like to try to think that y'all are distracting us with y'all fuck shit and buffoonery. No, we are paying a fucking attention. We see that you have turned this into a totalitarian dictatorship. We see that fascism ain't on its way, it's already here. And I keep telling y'all, This does not stop with our Hispanic brothers and sisters. Black people will be involved in this too. They have already started deporting Haitians. I remember they just removed temporary protective status from the Haitians, and trust me, there are many other Caribbean countries that who have people here, and they'll also start deporting them as well. This whore, this raggedy bitch, this skankdacious ass raggedy bitch here. Oh my God. I thought it was going to get better, y'all. It's worse. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let me read this to you. The Florida bar has thrown out another misconduct complaint against U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, a bar member in the state and Florida's first female attorney general. The Miami Herald reported that Pam Bondi was accused of, quote, serious professional misconduct, end of quote, on Thursday by a group of Florida liberal leaning and moderate law professors, attorneys, and Florida Supreme Court justices. The coalition alleged that she violated her ethical duties as U.S. Attorney General and that she has engaged in, quote, serious professional misconduct that threatens the rule of law and the administration of justice, end of quote. The ethics complaint said she quote has sought to compel the Department of Justice lawyers to violate their ethical obligations under the guise of zealous advocacy, end of quote, which is detailed in a memo she sent out to DOJ workers on February 5th of this year, which was her first day on the job. The complaints also accused Bondi of intimidating staffers through threats of discipline or termination if they refuse to, quote, zealously pursue the president's political objectives, end of quote, and contended that these actions are a violation of the Florida bar and longstanding norms at the Justice Department. Now, Pam Bondi is a member of the Florida bar in good standing. However, opponents accuse her of weaponizing the Department of Justice for political payback. They say she's behind the numerous resignations and firings at the agency since she took office. Her chief of staff, Chad Mizell, in a statement to the Miami Herald Thursday, lambasted what he called an ongoing campaign against the attorney general by, quote, out-of-state lawyers to weaponize the bar complaint process, end of quote. He said, quote, this third vexatious attempt will fail to do anything other than prove that the signatories have less intelligence and independent thought than sheep. Mm. 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 Let's be clear, and I don't need to read no more. Pam Bondi is on. Now, the fact that the Florida bar threw out the complaint is a travesty of justice. Let's be clear. But Pam freaking Bondi has been violating all types of ethics laws for quite some time now. Okay. For quite some time. She doesn't give a damn. She is on record saying that she is going to use the Department of Justice to go after her political opponents. I'm telling you, she's already said that. She has said that she is going to go out of her way to use the Department of Justice to go after her political opponents. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. What do y'all? The freaking attorney general is on record saying that she is going to use the Department of Justice to go after her political opponents and Donald Trump's political opponents. Also, you should know that this whole big violation of the emoluments clause where they're getting this $400 million plane from Qatar. Guess what? Pam Bondi worked for years as a lobbyist for Qatar. Before she became Attorney General, she was working as a lobbyist for Qatar. What do y'all want from me? Everyone in this administration has basically wiped their asses with the Constitution. There's no more decorum. There's no more rule of law. There's no more ethics. And now you have entities and organizations that are supposed to be the guardrails and hold up ethics and things like that that are saying, oh, we don't have time for that, like the Florida bar. The bitch ain't shit. She ain't never been shit. She never will be shit. I know because she was the attorney general for my state, the great state of Florida, and she wasn't shit then. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm spiking out. Let me move on. But yes, some people had hopes that she would perhaps that this ethics complaint would go somewhere, but the Florida bar has already tossed it out. 70 people signed it, including former Supreme Court justices for Florida, former judges, sitting judges, lawyers, and the like, and they threw it out. Because they don't give a damn. Kilmar Abrego Garcia has been returned to the U.S. because they're trying to distract us. Okay. Now, he appeared in a Tennessee courtroom yesterday, hours after he was brought back to the U.S. to face criminal charges for allegedly transporting undocumented migrants within the U.S. More than 2 months after the Trump administration admitted it mistakenly deported him from Maryland to his native El Salvador. A 2-count indictment unsealed Friday alleges that he participated in a years-long conspiracy to haul undocumented migrants from Texas to the interior of the country. Y'all know why he brought him back? Because remember, Donald John and his administration kept saying, oh, we have nothing to do with this. We can't bring him back. That's not on us. You have to talk to President Bukele from El Salvador, and maybe he can bring him back. Oh, well, once he's over there, there's nothing we can do. And magically he's back. While y'all are trying to deflect from the fact that Elon Musk is dog walking y'all God King. Elon Musk is over there dish ragging, molly whopping, and monkey stomping y'all's God King. And now y'all think by bringing back Mr. Abrego Garcia that y'all are going to distract us from it. No, we see you. We could do 2 things, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things at one time. We can laugh at the fact that your God King is getting the shit beat out of him online, all the while seeing you bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia back and knowing that these are trumped up charges that y'all are going to try to use to as a reason to permanently deport him. She sure did, Shay. But yeah, y'all are not going to fool us with this, because these are some trumped up charges that they're going to try to get him on. Let's be clear, and try to find a reason to permanently deport him. We know what's going on. We see this. We see it for what it is. We are not stupid. We are not stupid at all. Mm-mm. Nope. In more sugar spiky news, well, well, then there's this. Earlier this week, the Trump administration, along with Mayor Muriel Bowser, mayor of Washington, D.C., they they knew and saw that, oh, Pride Month is coming. We could have the gays all around here prancing and frolicking around. And they put up gates and guardrails closing down DuPont Circle. Now, DuPont Circle is a historic park. It is a place of liberation and a place where during a lot of it has a lot of gay traffic in that area. So closing it during Pride Month was intentional and deliberate. Closing it during Pride Month before they have the World Pride Parade, which is happening today, was done deliberately on purpose. They never, and where are my DC people? Do they ever put fences up and barricade DuPont Circle like this? I just want, where's my girl Crazy Homebody Girl? Where's my girl Candace F? Do they ever shut down DuPont Circle like this? I'm just asking. Because I done been to DuPont Circle many times. That's usually the spot I tell my Uber to pick me up at when I'm down to the club. It's a club down there, right down the street from DuPont Circle. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah. But it made no sense. But now they had to backpedal and pussy pop off of that because the white gays lost their fucking minds. Now, see, had they done it during Memorial Weekend when the black gays were there for Black Gay Pride, nobody would have did anything. But it is white, it's World Pride Parade, and there's a lot of white people from all over the world that are descending upon DC for World Pride Parade. You know they lost their fucking minds and came out of their bodies. So the National Park Service that originally put up the barricades and fences had to backpedal and pussy pop off of that and remove the barricades. They put it up one day, had to take them down the next day. The National Park Service and DC Mayor Muriel Bowser announced the decision in a statement earlier this morning. Quote, "We are pleased that the mayor's office and the National Park Service could work together overnight on a solution that protects the historic features of..." What just happened? My computer just had a whole meltdown, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on for a second, y'all. Give me a moment. It just... All right. I'm back. I don't know what just happened. just then. I don't know what happened. I've been ever since the power went off and back on. I've been having issues, but we're back. Nevertheless, um, we listen. Muriel Bowser is going to bend the knee to whatever these people do. She don't have much of a choice. Being the mayor of DC, it's not a lot of the federal government really runs and governs DC. So if they tell her this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Don't expect me to believe any parts of her saying, "Oh, the National Weather Service and the mayor's office work together." No, y'all didn't. The National Park Service backpedaled and pussy popped and said, "Yeah, we better not make these people too angry. They got a lot of money and a lot of lawyers, and it may not be a good look. So let's get up off of this real quick." I have no reason to believe Muriel Bowser had anything to do with this, anything at all. A lot of people don't like her, East Starking. A lot of people don't like her. A lot of people. Nevertheless, we're here. But they were trying to be intentionally hurtful. Here's another sugar spiky story. Well, then there's this. During Pride Month, Jay Richards and his partner had decorated their apartment for Pride Month just hours before they received a message from their rental company telling them to take down their banners. The couple lives in one of 3 apartments connected to Walker Memorial Baptist Church in Washington, D.C., which the church rents out through EJF Real Estate Services. Since World Pride Month is being hosted in D.C. this year, Richards and his partner decided to show their holiday spirit by hanging rainbow flags on their gate alongside a sign reading Happy Pride. It wasn't long before the two received a message from their rental company asking them to take down the decorations. EJF Real Estate Services wrote the following quote: "We kindly ask that any decorations or items be removed by Tuesday, June 3rd at 1 p.m. If items are still in place after that time, our team will remove them. And please note that a fee may apply for this service." End of quote. The company cited a clause in their lease that prohibits exterior decorations, which the couple understood but were still disappointed by. They asked if they could keep the decorations up until June 9th when World Pride ends, which the company granted. Quote, "While we remain mindful of our responsibility to both the lease and our client, we believe this is a respectful and reasonable approach," a spokesperson from EJF Real Estate said. Child, y'all tried to hate on these people. The people tried to put up some flags. The church, because it came out. Let me finish the story. It came out that the church who hired the real estate company went and told them, "We don't want that none of that gay shit on none of our buildings. So tell them to take those pride flags down, or we will have them removed." And that's what happened. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. During Pride Month, go with God. In our last sugar spiky story of the day. No, this is not our last sugar spiky story. I'm sorry. Second to last. Oh, this is a real one. 5 members of the Proud Boys are claimed their constitutional rights were violated when they were prosecuted for their participation in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, according to a lawsuit filed Friday. The lawsuit filed in Orlando federal court by former Proud Boys chairman Enrique Tarrio, Joseph Biggs, Zachary Real, Ethan Nordine, and Dominic Pizzola. It seeks unspecified compensatory damages plus 6% interest and $100 million plus interest in punitive damages. Y'all heard me right. The Proud Boys are now suing the federal government because they were prosecuted for participating in January 6th. You actually want to get money from the federal government because you were a terrorist and tried to overthrow our country. I You can't make this shit up. These bitches are looking for $100 million plus. And they tried to overthrow the government because they feel like they were wrongfully prosecuted. Are you fucking kidding me? Y'all got a lot of nerve. Y'all got a lot of fucking nerve. But this is what happens when you play around. When you play around with terrorists. When you try to negotiate with terrorists. Because y'all said in Congress that this was a regular day at the Capitol, remember? Your president, your God King, pardoned all of these people and let their asses out of jail. And now they're suing the federal government. I thought that y'all were all about government efficiency and saving money. And they're trying to sue y'all for $100 million. Because you dare prosecute them, right? I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know. I just report the stories. That's all I do. I just report the stories. Moving on. In our actual last sugar spiky story of the day, this is down to Demetria area. Now we go over to Alabama A&M University where they're having issues with their dorms. So apparently Alabama A&M is telling their upperclassmen students that they're not allowed to stay in the dorm. They've had such a growth in their student population that they have now determined that the dorms are only going to be issued to freshmen. If you're not a freshman, you could not stay at the dorm down to the Alabama A&M University. And the students, upperclassmen students, are not happy because some of them may not have some of the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. They may not have some a place to stay. They may not be able to afford getting their own apartment. And now you don't force these people out and say only freshmen can stay there. Now, according to a housing update, Alabama A&M confirmed that it will prioritize on-campus housing for freshman students. When those campus rooms are full, upperclassmen will be directed to off-campus apartments leased by the university, which Alabama A&M said will be the available housing for more than 55% of their students. Their students are outraged. They are not happy about this. Where's Demetria? This your area. Child. Now, I'm trying to think. For those of you who went to who've been to college and stayed in a dorm, be it HBCU or PWI, did y'all have this type of policy? Now, I remember at my school, we had a freshman dorm. We did have one dorm that was relegated, only freshmen could stay there, but there wasn't a policy that all of the dorms are only for freshmen. Because I knew, hell, there was a graduate dorm. There was a graduate school dorm. Well, the university says that they're getting, some off-campus apartments and things like that. But the problem with the off-campus apartments is even sometimes if you can't afford it, sometimes they find apartments that are too far away from the university. People may not have cars or reliable transportation to and from class. Like, it's a mess. I stayed in the dorms my freshman and sophomore year. I didn't move in my apartment until my junior year. Hmm. But yeah, students are outraged because many of them had already made plans to stay in the dorm, and they're being told sorry, and they are outraged. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I didn't go to Alabama A&M. It ain't, y'all notice how quiet Demetria is now. Now, normally Demetria would be in the chat. Now we over here talking about her area, her school, and she over here real quiet. You stayed in the dorm all through college, okay? It is convenient staying in the dorm. I ain't gonna lie, but baby, when I moved off campus and had my own apartment, baby, listen. The debauchery that went down in that apartment, if those walls could talk, ooh, child. Mm. It's time for Cornaki's Khakis Corner. And today in Cornaki's Khakis Corner, we are going to Birmingham, Alabama. Y'all see how that segued right away? So Birmingham, Alabama is having don't be over here asking me those questions, Harold. Harold, Birmingham, Alabama has a mayoral election. Now, y'all remember we chronicled the mayor of Birmingham, Alabama with his fine self. He's they're having elections, I believe it's in August, for the mayoral elections this year. And here are the candidates if you live in that area. Now, fine ass Randall Woodfine. I know it's a Woodfin, but he gonna be Woodfine because he fine. Y'all know we chronicled him over here. Child, oh, he's so fine. And we around the same age too. Mm-hmm. I do some things with Mr. Woodfine. Anyway, he's running for a third term. He's already successfully won 2 terms. Now, when I looked into the politics of it all, right, Harold, that's my mayor. I don't even live between him and Mayor Scott over in Baltimore. And what's my boy in Jackson, Mississippi? He fine too. Oh, what's the is that Lumumba? I think that's Mayor Lumumba in Jackson, Mississippi. He fine too. But Woodfin, Brandon Scott in Baltimore, his fine self. And Mayor Lumumba, I think it's Lumumba in Jackson. It is Lumumba. Okay. Child. You know, Harold, I be paying attention now. You know, I don't fuck off. Child. But from what I was reading, he's pretty much going to win. He's going to win. It's not going to be close. But these are some of the other candidates come out Africa. Now they say he done ran a few times and never won. Now, Juandalyn Given, she's a sitting state representative. She's a state representative and she's running. They say she ain't gonna win. She tried to run for Congress for that new congressional seat. She didn't win then. She is a sitting member of the Alabama State House, but they say she's not gonna win. Jeremy is some young cat. You know, every now in Alabama they love having these little young cats that be trying to run for mayor and stuff like that, and they don't have a chance in hell. Jeremy Little Page. Now LaShonda Scales, she ran against him last time in 2021. They said she was the second place vote getter, but she lost by 42% to Randall Woodfine. She lost by 42%, and she was the second leading candidate in that election. She's not expected to win. And then there's Frank Woodson. He's not expected to win either. So, right, give us a three-peat. Just saying. Not that you used to let touch you. Touch me in the morning. Child Shay, you know, my frat brothers, you know, us the Noops, we can touch you in the right way. You know, and when that Johnny Gill say, and rub you the right way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's time, since it's Pride Month, we have to do some. We got to learn. We got to do some Pride Month stuff. So we're going to look at some Black LGBTQ plus history. Now, this week, we are focusing on the fact that many people feel like Stonewall was the beginning of the gay liberation movement. It was not. There were several riots and uprisings and protests and things prior to Stonewall. And we're going to look at a couple of them today. The first one is, let me pull up my notes. The first one is La Paloma Club. Now, La Paloma Club was in my fair city of Miami. And let me tell you how long ago this was. It was a long time ago. Let me read this to you. This happened in November of 1937. As early as the 1930s, queer people in South Florida were fighting for their rights to exist peacefully and party however the hell they wanted. This little forgotten piece of queer resistance history is one that shocks a lot of people when they find out about it. La Paloma was a gay bar that hosted drag queen shows and strip shows that operated in a part of unincorporated Dade County during an interesting moment in Miami history. At the time, Miami was just being touted as a tourist destination, and local police were somewhat lenient about much of the city's not so underground illegal activities. Unsurprisingly, this led to backlash from locals who wanted to keep the city clean and free from vices. In November 1937, a group of locals who made up the Miami chapter of the Ku Klux Klan set its sights on La Paloma specifically because of queer events and clientele. On the night of November 15th, they raided the bar, destroyed some of it, and beat up people who were there. According to a news story printed that you see there, the Klansmen claimed they conducted the raid because people in the community were scared of La Paloma's owner, Al Youst, and didn't want to file a complaint in court against him and the bar. After the raid, the Dade County Sheriff took action to try to keep the bar closed, but that only got the bar's patrons and Al Youst more organized and more determined to keep the bar open. La Paloma stayed open despite constant harassment from the local police, and the bar's manager introduced new entertainment that was, quote, spicier than ever, end of quote, including a skit making fun of the Klansmen who originally raided the bar. That's the story of La Paloma Club. So you can go all the way back to the 1930s when the girls was like, we're not here for it. Not here for it. In our next one, this takes us across the country to takes us across the country to Los Angeles. Now, this happened in 1959. This is the infamous Cooper Donuts riot. All right, where's my notes? Come on, notes. Cooper Donuts was a 24-hour popular cafe with the gay, lesbian, and transgender community that frequented the gay and lesbian bars surrounding the establishment in Los Angeles' Skid Row district, known as the gay ghetto of the 1950s and 60s. Many sources claim that the location was in various places, but as you can see here, it was a prominent fixture on Main Street. Cooper Donuts was notably one of the few establishments in the Los Angeles area to welcome transgender patrons, as many gay and lesbian bars were wary of the LAPD's targeting and persecution of transgender and gender nonconforming citizens and turned them away for fear of being arrested themselves. Notice they said gay and lesbian bars would turn away transgender and gender nonconforming citizens because they were in fear of the police. Regardless, Cooper Donuts became a popular hangout for the LGBTQ community as a whole, largely thanks to its location sandwiched between two gay bars, Harold's and the Waldorf. Of course, it would be called Harold. Harold! They had a bar named after you, Harold. Under the leadership of Chief William H. Parker, who took over in 1950, LAPD arrests for homosexuality increased by more than 85%. A routine form of harassment, including demanding to see the identifications of patrons in known and rumored LGBTQ hangouts. If their outward presentation didn't match the gender on their ID, they would be arrested under the pretense of, quote, sexual perversion. Now, end of quote. That was the 1950s, and this sounds a lot similar to what we got going on today. Such a form of harassment occurred at Cooper Donuts one night in May of 1959. According to author John Ritchie, who was present in the cafe that night and provides one of the only original accounts of the incident in his 1963 novel City of Night, 2 cops entered Cooper Donuts and singled out 5 individuals. Ritchie described this form of arrest. Quote, they interrogate you, fingerprint you without booking you, an illegal LA cop tactic to scare you from hanging around, end of quote. The 5 patrons were 2 drag queens, 2 male sex workers, and 1 gay man. They were led outside to be arrested following the ID checks. And when the officers attempted to shove all 5 into the same police car, one of the men began to protest being crammed into the packed car. His protest spurred the crowd of onlooking fellow patrons into action. And together, a group of lesbians, transgender women, drag queens, and gay men rushed into the streets and began pelting the officers with donuts, paper plates, coffee cups, and anything else they could get their hands on. The cops fled to call for reinforcements without making the arrests. And the LGBTQ crowd present celebrated the victory and vented their frustrations at yet another intrusion upon their rights. By the time the police returned with reinforcements, the crowd of demonstrators had grown thanks to word of the resistance act spreading down the block to Main Street, where a number of LGBTQ plus friendly bars resided. The reinforcements were ordered to contain the riot, and they closed off a section of Main Street for the remainder of the night, making several arrests. John Ritchie was slated for arrest but managed to escape, despite police eventually managing to wrestle back control over the area. The Cooper Donuts uprising is remembered as one of the first instances of LGBTQ plus rebellion against police abuse in the United States. And that's the story of Cooper Donuts uprising in Los Angeles. Child, they was throwing donuts, paper plates, cups, and everything. Baby, they was here for it. They said we throw it whatever we can, we throwing it. And our last one, and I highlighted all of these because all of these were locations where Black gay people would hang out. Some of them had a mixed crowd, but in the ones like the Miami one, it was a mixed crowd because that was the only place they had. And this donut shop had a lot of transgender, our Black transgender sisters would go and spend time at the Cooper Donut. So it was I chose these 3 because these were ones that involved Black LGBTQ plus individuals. Our last one is going to be the Black Knight Uprising. All right, where are you at? Here it is. In Wisconsin in the 1960s, it was not only illegal for queer and trans people to congregate in bars, but it was also illegal for those bars to serve alcohol to anyone identified as or suspected to be queer or trans. This meant there was no public gay bars, so the ones that existed did so in secret or by making sure they also had other clientele in the building at all times. The owner of the Black Knight, Wally Weetham, along with a Black gender nonconforming person named Josie Carter, who you see pictured there, and Josie's husband, didn't give a shit about the law and ran the Black Knight as a spot for mostly queer and trans clientele instead of a place that simply tolerated them. On August 5th, 1961, a small group of Navy servicemen went to the Black Knight on a dare and were refused entrance by Josie's husband, who was the bouncer at the time. They tried to jump the bouncer, so Josie intervened with a beer bottle to fend them off. This incensed the servicemen who went back to the bar they were originally at to recruit others to raid the Black Knight. By the time they got back to the bar, it was at full capacity, and Josie had already spread the news of what happened earlier. According to reports, every patron in the building was prepared to fight the servicemen when they returned, and fight they did until the entire inside of the bar was destroyed. Although the police shockingly arrested only the servicemen and their friends when they eventually showed up to the brawl, this story unfortunately doesn't have such a happy ending because the owner was forced to change the bar entirely afterwards. But this still stands out as a moment where queer people held their own against the threat of violence by fighting against it the only way they knew would work. And that's the story of the Black Knight uprising. And that's our girl Josie. Hey Josie girl. Josie had her husband before they even had gay marriage. Child, she was back in the 60s, had her husband. I ain't mad at it. And now it's time for our video breakdowns. All right, where's my video? Okay. Here's the first one. I thought this was so cute. I'm gonna let y'all see. I thought this was so cute.
Did you know that last night was the Muppet Gala? Gala, 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 gala. 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 Gala.
Why the Muppets had cuter Met Gala outfits than the actual real people? Why did they have cuter outfits than the actual people down to the Met Gala? Please explain that to me one more time, because we need to get into those outfits one more time. Why they outfits better than the outfits at the real Met Gala?
Did you know that last night was the Muppet Gala? Gala, 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 gala. 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 Gala.
Child. Listen, the Count came for that ass. You saw what the Count had on. That shit was sickening. I was here for it. Hey, man. Y'all know I love me some man. The Count was looking sickening, honey. I live. That was our first video breakdown. Here's our second video breakdown. And this is for you Bible scholars.
Good, fam. Your boy David here, about to yeet this little stone at Goliath and see what happens.
Okay, so I told y'all to trust the process, but no, y'all wanted to stay in Egypt stacking bricks.
Yo, it's Shadrach. This random dude just showed up. It's getting lit in here.
I got the horses in the back. Horse tack is attached. Hat is matte black. Got the boots that's black to match.
You know I'm a daddy's boy. He's got me in this Technicolor drip. Brother's so jelly right now. They're looking a little sus.
These Philistines thought they could flex on me. Big mistake. I just took some pre-workout and finna bring the house down.
I would like to formally apologize to God, the sailors, and this whale. Sorry, dude.
That was so funny to me. I don't know why. Listen, Joseph in the Technicolor drip. Talk about my brother's a little jelly. And Moses talking about some trust. I told y'all to trust the process. One more time.
Good, fam. Your boy David here, about to yeet this little stone at Goliath and see what happens.
Okay, so I told y'all to trust the process, but no, y'all wanted to stay in Egypt stacking bricks.
Yo, it's Shadrach. This random dude just showed up. It's getting lit in here.
I got the horses in the back. Horse tack is attached. Hat is matte black. Got the boots that's black to match.
You know I'm a daddy's boy. He's got me in this Technicolor drip. Brother's so jelly right now. They're looking a little sus.
These Philistines thought they could flex on me. Big mistake. I just took some pre-workout and finna bring the house down.
I would like to formally apologize to God, the sailors, and this whale. Sorry, dude.
Child, you got Noah with the rhymes. Come through, Noah. I thought that was real cute. All right. And our last video breakdown is for my Gen Z and millennials to understand who Gen X is.
Why Gen X kids are so tough. This was our iPad. If the food didn't kill you, the secondhand smoke would. We got brain freezes on the regular. This man worked around the clock to make sure we got our donuts on time. This could heal any wound. That 350-degree metal slide that sat in the sun. We had to manually roll down the car windows. We almost got killed when the other kid jumped off this thing. This was our online dating. We wrote in cursive. We dialed a number, messed it up, and had to start over. Photomat, the suspense when you went to pick up your photos. No autocorrect. Handheld gaming was hard. We had to wait for our favorite song until it played on the radio. We had to get up to change the TV channel. A long phone cord was every teen's dream for privacy. They'll never know the pain of having to rewind a movie. You had to carefully rip off the sides without tearing it. Remember calling the movie theaters and having to listen to the whole message to find out what movies were playing and the show times? Did you experience any of this?
All right. And those were our video breakdowns for the day. Child, them rotary phones were sent from between the rotary phones and them hot ass metal slides at the playground. Jesus God. Shit, you needed a fucking tetanus shot to get on the damn monkey bars. Cause that shit was so rusted out. Lord. Anyway. Let's go to this day of music. Now, where's my boy Montrez? Montrez, you know this is your section. What year will we be doing for this day of music? Now, if you're new here, what we do for this day of music is we choose a year, and what I do is I pull the top 10 R&B singles for that day. So we will be looking at the top 10 R&B singles on June 7th of a certain year. And I want you all to guess before I reveal what year we will be looking at. What year will we be looking at? June 7th of what year? See what y'all guessed. I got 83. Last time, I think Diamond Pearl Jim got it right off the rip. Xavier said 08. 1990, 89, 99, 86, 2010, 1960, you know what? 2012, 79, 93. Well, we will be looking at this day in music. Go to hell, Xavier. On June 7th, 2006. June 7th, 2006. That is the year that we will be looking at. Now, I'm going to be honest. This was around the time, somewhere between 06 and 08 is around the time I really stopped liking the music that was on the radio. I just did. There were very few that now, when I liked you back then, I liked you. But this is around the time I started to get turned off. But we'll see. You were close, Xavier. We will see how this year holds up against some previous years. Now, y'all know them 90s. The mid 90s usually come hard. It'd be hard to get past the midnight to go higher than the mid 90s. Now, remember, this isn't for the whole year of 2006. This was a snapshot. This is the top 10 R&B songs on June 7th, 2006. Number 10, Beyond Skank. Check on it. Y'all listen. The way y'all used to play this, you like what you see, I'm gonna make you check up on. I did. Y'all love this song. Check on me tonight. Mm. Mm. Y'all loved y'all know I do not like Beyond Skank like that. Child. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I did like this song by Trey Songz. I don't wanna leave, but I gotta go right now. I'll be back for I don't wanna leave, but I've gotta go right now. This was a jam now. I ain't gonna even lie. And this was before he started sounding like Three Billy Goats Gruff, But this was a bop though. I like this song, Trey Songz. I did. I really like that song. So Sick. Now, this is before we were so sick of him. This was before we were so sick of Neo. Now, sir, we're so sick of you. But this was, and I'm so sick of love song, so into you. So sick of wishing you would be here. And I'm so sick of love song, so sad and slow. So why can I turn on the radio? I did like this. Y'all, we can't stand Neo, but I cannot deny that the man he's a good writer. I cannot lie. The man was is a good writer. He writes good songs. He does. Unbreakable. Oh God. Oh dear God. I just don't like Alicia. I just don't. I'm just not a fan of her music. I could think of maybe about 3 songs of hers that I like. After that, you can keep it. Unbreakable was not one of those songs for me. I told you, Quake, this was around the time that I was like, Number 6, y'all know I can't stand Keisha Cole. Dear God. No, I ain't like her back then, Kowale. I did not like her back then either. I'm a Capricorn. We usually don't change our stances. And we don't like you now, we ain't like you back then either. I did not like this song. It sounded like she was whining and crying. And this song, I should have cheated with like nails on the damn chalkboard to me. It really was. I could not stand this song. Do you hear me? Could not stand it. And y'all be loving y'all some Keisha Cole. I could not stand this song. I'm just saying. Y'all love y'all some Keisha Cole. I can't stand her. Nope. Number 5. It's your man on the floor. If you ain't, let me know. You see if you can run it, run it. You mean I can run it, run it. It's your man on the floor. I actually did like this song. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I did like Run It. Girl, you feel right. I did like this song. I did. I ain't gonna even front like I did. I like this song. She was not singing from her soul. She was not. Now, I can't stand Ray J. This is about the only hit you had, Ray J. Let's be clear. Maybe that song, you had with Lil Kim. What was the song he had with Lil Kim? I think that might have been your only two songs. This one wish. If I had one wish, mm, 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 but I think Ray J had two songs. One wish and the song with Lil Kim. I can't think of it. Hey, Mariah Whitney, what's going on, boo? Child, I love when you come up in here, Mariah Whitney. Mariah Whitney is old school, y'all. Mariah Whitney is old school, y'all. That's old school. That's old. She's old. Mariah Whitney is the old school one. Where you get that from, Mariah Whitney? I ain't seen that nowhere. Yeah, you can go somewhere, Ray J. Jamie Foxx, Unpredictable. I'm not a fan of Jamie Foxx's singing, and people love his singing. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not saying he can't sing, but what I am saying is I'm not a fan of the music that he puts out. So there's that. Unpredictable. I just didn't. It didn't do it for me. Yeah, China White. I'm just not a fan. Hey, Marla Morris, what's going on, boo? Of course, my queen. Even though this is not a song that I like. Yes, he's still alive, Mariah Whitney. I didn't like Don't Forget About Us. Now, this is off of the Emancipation of Mimi album. And the Emancipation of Mimi came out in 05. And it was still bumping. So, yeah. This was on the Emancipate, and it was still bumping. Was in 06. But this was back in the day where you could put an album out and that album could ride out for a whole 2-3 years. We Belong Together and Don't Forget About Us are my least favorite songs on that album. Every other song on that album is 1,000 times better than We Belong Together and Don't Forget About Us. Those are the weakest songs on that album. On the Emancipation of Mimi album, the worst two songs on that album are Don't Forget About Us and We Belong Together. And those are probably the two biggest songs because this was around the time you people didn't know what real singing and R&B was. So my queen Mariah was never crazy, okay? But yeah, circles is my listen. Circles, Stay the Night. Oh my God. Stay the Night. Listen. Oh. Stay the Night. The way I used to jam Stay the Night like it was the last song. Like it was the last song. And the number one R&B single on June 7th, 2006. I downloaded it, Xavier. I have it. Of course you know I have it. Was Be Without You, where Mary J. Blige is singing all flat and stuff. Listen, when Mary J. Blige was singing all flat, hey, 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 oh, 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 Mary, 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 Mary. I mean, just hollering, singing all flat and stuff, just hollering. Child Mary. Not that Shay said I be flat and screaming right along with her. Baby, she be don't she be screaming. I'd be like, Mary, 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 girl, 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 Mary, girl, girl, Mary, girl. Not this song saved souls. I'm not doing this with y'all. Y'all know that woman was flat. And if you ever heard her sing it live, you know she's extra flat when she's singing live. Child. We all know Mary wasn't no good vocalist. She wasn't no good vocalist. She just came during the right time. And I don't know how she's had this longevity because she can't sing like that. But you know, whatever, girl. Okay. Let's recap. Number 10, Beyonce, check on it. Number 9, Trey Songz, Gotta Go. Number 8, Neo, So Sick. Number 7, Alicia Keys. Why do I have that backwards? Alicia Keys should not be a parentheses. Unbreakable should be a parentheses, and Alicia Keys should not. Don't pay me no mind, y'all. Number 6, Keisha Cole, I Should Have Cheated. Number 5, Chris Brown, Run It. Number 4, Ray J, One Wish. Number 3, Jamie Foxx, Unpredictable. Number 2, Mariah Carey, Don't Forget About Us. And number 1, R&B single on June 6th. I keep wanting to say January. June 7th, 2006. Be Without You, Mary J. Blige. And now it's time for our palate cleanses. Well, it's early enough. I still might be able to order me some crabs. We're going to order us some good food today, y'all. Yep, we are. Yes, we are. Anyway, are y'all ready for palate cleansers? Let's do the palate cleansers. For all of my people who like the lady pond, we got our ladies in here, we got men's in here. We got what you want, got what you need. All right, let me get out the way so y'all can see. All right, that's how we started. It did go quick, Tracy, because the dossier wasn't that packed, and it's later in the day. I gotta go call a man to see a man about a dog. I'm just saying. Oh, hey, pretty lady. That's a pretty cowboy hat. Hey. Well, how you doing, sir? Come on, dog chocolate. That's a tall glass of dark wine. Hey, pretty lady. Them some cute bangles. Oh. Oh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Child. Tay. Child, Tay. We remember your porn days, Tay. Tay. Mm-hmm. Now you all now you're not no longer a porn skank. Now you all trying to be hard. We remember you getting your back blown out, Tay. Why I thought when I first saw this she was naked. Child. Child. Not that she was an icon. Oh, hey. You looking at me, I'm looking at you. Hey, lady. That's thickness right there. I like them boots. Them boots is cute. Are we going swimming today? We going swimming? Okay. Listen, y'all don't know how long it take me to do these palate cleansers. And then when I do put them up, y'all be like, I need this, I need that. The palate cleansers take the longest to do. Okay. Nobody's ever fully happy with the palate. I just put them out there. And if you like them, you like them. Hopefully you see at least one thing you like. If not, we always have next week. Mm. Mm. Oh. Oh. You see, look at Tracy. You see, you try to make the people happy and they complain. Mm. I be over here working hard, only for Tracy W to come and tell me I ain't did shit. See what you did, Tracy? You done made the computer start buffering. Way to go, I blame Tracy W for this. Oh, that's a cute dress, lady. Oh, now this is what I need right now. Mm-hmm. That's what I need right now. I knew that was gonna happen, Terrence. I saw that coming. Hey, pretty lady. Well, what you covering up? Huh? Well, what is you covering up? Cha. Mm. Oh. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with my computer. I'm gonna have to restart. Oh, when I get off here. Oh. Mm. I don't know what's going on with this damn computer. It might be time for a new one. Really, computer? Really? This is what we doing? Hey. Oh. My computer is really acting up. Mm-hmm. You acting up, computer. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get this to act right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see if I can't get this to act right. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. What you holding on? Oh, I thought he was holding on to something. I was like, Jesus, Lord. Mm. Oh. Ooh. Got a big old booty, lady. Okay. I see you, Florida boy. Oh. There goes some seasoning for you, crazy homebody girl. There you go. A little bit of seasoning. Mm. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. Now that right there, that'll do you right. Mm-hmm. That right there, it'll do you right. It will do you right. It'll do you right. Mm. Oh. Even with clothes on, you fine, sir. I'm sorry. You don't even need to have your clothes off. What's that in them sweatpants though down there? Mm. Lord. Mm. Oh. Hey, man. Well, y'all know if we see man, that's the end. All right, y'all. So that is Silly Saturday for today. I hope that you enjoyed yourself. Put a 27 in the chat if you enjoyed Silly Saturday today. I hope you laughed, you learned, you had a good time, you got a chance to hang out with your good Judies in the desk next to you. We can stay in community and so forth and so on. I hope y'all have a phenomenal rest of your weekend. I am gonna go see a man about a dog. Maybe I can go get some dinner. Y'all know this is one of our premier shows of the week. If you want to bless the platform, you can do it there. You are always welcome. You are not obliged, not obligated, but it is much obliged if and when you do decide to donate to the platform. I certainly enjoy being able to bring Silly Saturday to you every week. I'm sorry I was a bit late today, but we made it through. Yeah, Xavier, they would like you to think that everything started with Stonewall, and it did not. The people were out here fighting the powers that be way before. Way before. You see, that first story was all the way back in 1937. Um, so yeah. But definitely, and I'll highlight some more of those throughout the week, Xavier. Um, but definitely, I'm glad you all enjoyed yourself. I'm about to get out of here. Um, I'm going to be paying attention and focusing on the stuff going on in LA because that is the big story of the night. So I'll be focusing and seeing what's going on over there. I have some family and friends over there as well. So I will look and focus on that and make sure everybody's good over there. I want y'all to stay safe as well. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. Listen, y'all stay safe out there. Thank you for the Cash App. I think that's my girl Shay. Thank you for your Cash App, Shay. Thank you so much for the Cash App. So listen, y'all stay safe out there. Don't do nothing stupid. And I'll catch y'all on Monday. Until then, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.